This right is particularly important for journalists and other people working in the media. They must be free to criticize the government and our public institutions without fear of prosecution. This is a vital feature of a democratic society. But that doesn't prevent the state from imposing restrictions on the media in order to protect other human rights, such as a person's right to respect for their private life.
Love is made possible because of freedom we receive from God. If we weren't freed from our sins, we wouldn't be able to choose to love God and love people. Romans 6:6-14. We get to experience the grace of love that isn't demanded, but freely given. God has freely given us His love and we can freely give our love to others.
That's what everyone told him when he decided to go to war. Even if they didn't say it, they thought it. Self-preservation and conventional wisdom united their antagonistic whispers in a way that made him wonder if he actually was crazy. He was leaving the comfort of home to risk his life on foreign soil. He knew it didn't make sense, but in some corner of his heart, he had a level of clarity foreign to most. He wanted to do this, he needed to do this, for his sake and for theirs.
Why would anyone risk his or her life so others could keep theirs? Some of those who were saved would likely waste the life they'd been given. Some would even go so far as to mock and ridicule his decision. He was willing to give them everything, fully aware that some may not appreciate it. Each of us was created with a God-given purpose, but each of us is born with a condition called sin that keeps us from experiencing all that God designed us to do. When we sin, we commit cosmic treason against the God that created us. The bad news is that we can't do anything to save ourselves from our treasonous condition, so we are destined to die the death of a traitor.
As we remember those who have served, let's stop and reflect on why we are so drawn to stories of sacrifice. We are drawn to stories of sacrifice because we know we need to be rescued. We know we can't save ourselves. That's okay. Jesus' offer of salvation is open to any traitor willing to follow him.
Christians go to church, read the Bible and obey God's commands, not because we have to but because we want to. We want to learn about this God who would go to such great lengths for us. We want to show our thankfulness for His grace by representing Him well with our lives. And we choose to follow His plan, knowing that a God who loves us enough to sacrifice His Son for us has our best interest at heart.
Every other major religious leader is dead. People have been looking for Jesus' body for thousands of years, and they still haven't found Him. With all of the advancements in scientific technology, no one has been able to solve this mystery in the world of science. The tomb is empty, and the body is not hidden and will never be found because Jesus rose from the dead.
The mention of Jesus being placed in a manger in Luke 2-7 leads us to believe that He was born in a nice, comfortable, clean stable. Despite modern nativity scenes depicting an organized barn, Jesus was likely born in a sheep cave. It would have been cold, dark, and smelly. The significance of Jesus being born in a mess is huge. Jesus is not afraid of a mess. He meets us in our mess because only He can take us out of our mess.
We sing away in a manger with no thought to the words, no crying He makes. Jesus was perfect, but He was also still human. Jesus experienced everything any baby experiences, including crying. The reason this is so important is that if Jesus had been God only, His sacrifice would have been unconvincing. But Jesus was man and He was God, and therefore He experienced everything we experience so we can trust Him to help us overcome life's troubles.